There are sweet moments, sweet spots of just hitting something so precisely, so right, and making an indelible fingerprint on the wall of time, where you've captured something, you've expressed something, you've manifested a thought, an ideology in the public consciousness. You've been part of a debate that's been important. Your article has changed people's lives, sometimes saved their lives. You have to be good, you have to be sharp. You know, it's like asking Michael Jordan what's the hardest part about being a, top basketball player. He's going to say every game you got to go out and play. No game is played before it's played. You got to go out and you got to run against people. They're going to try and stop you. Same with publishing. So the hardest part, I think, is to come up with something that's constantly fresh. Every issue has to be fresh. Every concept has to be fresh. It should always be vital. I always remind myself that people don't have to buy my magazines, or anybody's. They have to want to. You have to make them want to. And so that's the hardest part, is to make it genuinely interesting. You can't flag. I always tell people who want to go into publishing is you have to want it more than anything in the world, because it'll take 110% of your energy. I'm proud of the number of big pieces we did, and I'm just proud of the number of young writers too who came through. That was great fun working with them. Often very frustrating in the beginning, but great fun to see them come along. And I just loved the work. Honestly, I loved being very successful with Spin. I hated being a great failure with Gear. But I loved to discover the Science magazine and wished that, that had worked out differently and I'd enjoyed keeping it. But, generally, mostly I love the work itself. Food. The journalism industry isn't like the food industry. It can't go away. It'll metamorphose. Food is metamorphosed terribly. Some of the food we eat is genetically modified. That to me is terrible. Journalism has not yet become genetically modified. Besides teaching here, I'm currently working on 2 new magazine launches, national magazines. One possible magazine for the South to do with food, which will be regional. That's a bit of a longer shot. I haven't got any traction with that yet. The other 2 I have. And a wine site called WineDaddy.com.